Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Thursday, December 29th, and we've got a pretty active pattern overall. Less confident about the potential snowstorm for early next week. Again, a couple of the models were showing that that system would stay off to our northwest and bring the snow away from us, and it looks like the GFS is now on boards. So the headlines, snow showers are going to become more likely with a cold front that passed through and another upper level wave that's going to move into the area, and that's going to kick off the lake snow machine. And with winds pretty gusty, some of those snow showers should make it well inland, and again over across the eastern portions of the half of the state, anywhere from a trace to maybe an inch, and then up to 4 inches in the snowbelt areas, maybe even a little more across the northwest and the southwest areas. And then again, we'll look at that storm for early next week, but right now it looks like we'd be on the warm side of that. And then beyond that storm, we turn quite a bit colder, and boy, is the Lake Michigan snow machine, or the Great Lakes snow machine, is really going to kick into high gear once we get to the middle and end of next week. If we look at the normal high is 30, the normal low is 15, and pretty active on this date. 63 degrees back in the year of 1984 when the Red Hot Tigers got off to a 35-5 start, and they never looked back as they went on to win the World Series. And then back in 1914, 1.3 inches of rain fell, and that all was pretty much in the form of snow, with a foot of snow that fell from that system. If we look at conditions around the area yesterday, you can see mainly mid to upper 30s across the region. Lansing, the warm spot at 39, Owego down to 22, and you can see we're still running just a little bit below normal for the month of December. If we look at the coldest and warmest temperatures across the lower 48 yesterday, once again the highest temperature was 89 degrees at McAllen, Texas. The low was 11 below zero at Almosa, Colorado, and Stamball, Michigan. So pretty cold in parts of the Great Lakes here yesterday. You can see temperatures out this morning, pretty mild though, in the mid 30s. And again, you can see the areas where we do got winter weather advisories now in effect. That'll start for mid-afternoon or so into tomorrow morning around 10. I think the heaviest snow across those areas will begin around 3 o'clock and last through the very early morning hours on Friday. If we look at the surface weather map this morning, you can see the low pressure system with a cold front that's now off to the east. Our upper level winds are out of the northwest, and down at the surface we got our winds out of the west, so that'll carry the snow showers quite a bit inland with strong gusty winds. And again, I think places even like Clare down to Mount Pleasant, Elma, St. John's, and down towards Lansing and Charlotte have a good chance of picking up a coating of snow, maybe an inch of snow, so it could get a little bit slippery on some areas. And again, we want to watch that I-94 corridor, especially for later on, late this afternoon into the evening hours. If we look at the next slide, you can see on the radar some of the activity now beginning to move into the state. And what we're going to watch is this upper low feature in a cold front that's, you can see, generating some snow showers back in Minnesota. And as that moves across the Great Lakes, I think we'll see our snow showers really begin to pick up by, again, during the mid-afternoon hours into early Friday morning. I think that's when the bulk of the snow will fall. A number of watches, warnings, and advisories in effect for many portions of the state, and we'll show you those in just a minute. If we look at this weather, the weather map from this morning, you can see low pressure system. Again, we talked about these systems moving across southern Canada, fairly weak overall. This one, though, is going to have a lot of moisture in place. So the lake effect setup is actually a pretty good one with some pretty decent lift as that wave moves around that low into the state here later on today. And then by Friday morning, that system will be well off to the northeast, but the new one's coming across southern Canada. Again, that'll spread more snow into the area. Again, overall, though, a pretty light snowfall pattern for much of the MAC area. But as you get up into the northern portions of the lower peninsula, into the UP, quite a bit more snow will fall here over the next 72 hours. And as we get into Saturday morning, that next low pressure system now moving towards northern lower Michigan, I think the best chance of snow will be well across the northern areas, a little bit lesser chance of maybe just a few snow showers once you get down into mid-Michigan and southern lower Michigan. And if we look at some of the snowfall expected over the next 72 hours, again, this is not doing a very good job of depicting some of the lake effect. There's going to be definitely much more snow, several inches across southwest lower Michigan, all along the lake shore. And again, we're going to watch this I-94 corridor all the way up to possibly around the Lansing area, but especially for areas like Charlotte, I think you could see 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow, as some of those snow showers could be pretty persistent in that area. And if we look at the extended outlook, the next 6 to 10 days, and the 8 to 14 day also spreads that cold air across much of the nation, but you can see the very, very high confidence of below normal temperatures across much of the U.S., and that'll spread to the east as we get into the 8 to 14 day outlook. along with above normal precipitation. So we may not get a snowstorm out of this early week system around Tuesday right now as it looks, but there'll be more chances beyond that. And if we look at how cold it might be by next Friday morning, you see the GFS all the way from areas around north central Wisconsin, back towards Minneapolis, St. Paul, up towards the Arrowhead, and to the west of Lake Superior. We could see temperatures around 15 to as much as 25 degrees below zero. Meanwhile, on the warm side of the lake, we'll have probably a lot of snow shower activity with single-digit readings for highs. So again, very, very cold areas coming this way. And if we take a look at Weather Watch this morning, you can see the number of winter weather advisories across much of the western portions of the lower peninsula, winter storm warnings across the big 5 counties up in northwestern lower Michigan. And then, of course, we got a number of lake snow advisories and lake snow warnings across much of the UP, and then a wind advisory, again, as this is a pretty dynamic system with lots of things going for it. Again, not a lot of snow for inland areas, but certainly we could have some decent snow showers that could coat the ground white across mid-Michigan here over the next 18 hours. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.